Well, North Warren, today is March 29, 2020. We are now officially out of school for 2 full weeks. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. It's a very quiet weekend here at school, as it has been, but this weekend should have been different. We should have had many performances of the Addams Family by now. Anyways, it's just me here by myself today. Me and the ghost. I do believe we have a ghost who especially likes riding in the elevator. I tried to take a video of said ghost, but so far I've got nothing. Anyways, to the Addams Family cast and crew, I admire all the hard work you've done so far. We are due to come back in 22 days. If that due date of 22 days from now stays true, then hopefully we will have a performance. I know my kids and I look forward to going to that every year. Speaking of my own two kids, they are in fact staying with their mother. I do FaceTime them every night and read to them. And yesterday we did meet at the Little League field in Warrensburg to practice some pitching and hitting and some fielding. We do stay at least 6 to 8 feet apart for safety reasons, though. Just like the school play, their Little League season's in question, and it would have been cool this year. They would have been both on the same team for one last time, but next year my oldest is on to junior high. Anyways, enough about me. I've got some items of interest to you. Sadly, it was determined finally that the state championship games for winter sports have been canceled. We've known that for a while, well, at least we thought that for a while, but now we officially know it. Which leaves our Adirondack League champ boys wondering what could have been. I feel for all of you. Selfishly, I did enjoy watching you out there on the court competing. I liked watching you guys in practice compete there as well. So I'm going to miss you guys, not as your principal so much, but as a fan. I think I feel really bad for the seniors in this spot. To have it end like this, all I can say is that I'm sorry. And I think I speak for most Cougars fans when I say that this just sucks. For those of you who have a shot next year, just keep thinking about next year. You've got 8 months to practice until then. And I know some teams want to take that league championship away from you. On the topic of sports, as of right now, spring sports are still on the table. Obviously, you cannot practice with your team or at school, but you can certainly find YouTube videos for home practices or workout routines specific to your sport. To the seniors, in regards to your senior trip, Mrs. J and Mrs. Fisher have a deadline that's a couple weeks away. We have been in discussion, and we plan to talk again in a couple days. But seniors, if you have your own thoughts, send me an email. What do you think about senior trip this year? I'd like to hear from you. But just keep in mind the final decision will be based on your health and safety first. Juniors and the prom, we have a little more time to make decisions. I'll be speaking with Mrs. Swan and Mr. Nelson this week. But the same thing applies here as well. The final decision will be based on your health and safety. But we also want your prom to be something memorable and fun, so timing your prom is also something we are considering. Regents exams for June have been discussed at higher levels, but no decision yet. I will keep you informed. Tomorrow morning we send out over 350 meals. Our bus driver is doing a great job getting to your front door, and our kitchen staff is doing amazing at getting those put together every day. If you're not receiving meals but would like to, please contact the school. I just want to take a few moments now to discuss grades. We are mostly concerned right now with the third quarter because that is supposed to end this Friday. We already have the 5-week grades in the book, so we've got those to go by. Our last day of school was Friday the 13th. So work on anything that was due prior to March 13th, that'll all be graded like it has been all year. If your teacher continues to let you work on these assignments from prior to March 13th, then I can't stress how important it is for you to keep working with your teacher and get something turned in relatively soon. In regards to any work after March 13th, we ask that you do your best to get it in, but just know that anything you can turn in will not hurt your grade. It will only help you. Let me say that again. Anything you turn in from after March 13th will only help your grade. When we talk about grading and making decisions, we have to think about several factors. What I think about most is how can we be fair to all students in these times. We will be back at school at some point, everybody here, teachers, students, staff. So it's important for you to stay caught up with your work so when you do come back, you're not farther behind. If you have paper and pencil work, please leave it in the drop box outside the main doors. If you need paper or pencil work, please reach out. I received an email about an hour ago, and teachers have already started telling me what we can start getting together to send home for that one student. So please do that. Lastly, besides schoolwork and staying at home, I'm curious to see what else you're doing. Are you staying productive? I bet there's a lot of gaming going on, but I really want to know what else you've been doing to stay occupied. Do you have a hobby, a new hobby, a personal challenge? Have you wanted to learn something and now you've got all the time in the world to do that? I really want to know what you're doing, so send me an email, send me a picture, send me a video, and next week I'll share some of those thoughts from your fellow students and maybe teachers as well, and I'll share what I've been doing in my spare time too. That's it. That's all. Please stay in contact. Reach out if you need something and make good decisions. Good day.